That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever, and I feel like I say that every video, and it's true, it has been forever because I get it in my head like I'm gonna get a system down, I'm gonna film again, and then it just, yeah. But yeah, a lot's happened since the last time. I got some new products, I've been trying out some new things. It's a new season now, it's fall, so we're kind of gearing into the cooler weather. So I went on like little mini hauls, I guess I should say, where I just kind of picked up a few new things. And I don't remember where we last left off, but one of Ulta was having a sale, and I do like a lot of Tarte products. I love their blushes, and I'm pretty into Shape Tape, although sometimes it can be a little too thick for me. It depends on just the day and my skin. But I picked up the Double Duty foundation, and this is an Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation, and I really like it. It's definitely a little bit more whipped and creamy, and definitely a very thick foundation, so it kind of like screws off in a jar, and then it has this top here, and then I don't know if you can see that, but it's just very whipped and jelly. But I like it, and I'm just kind of playing around with it and seeing how it goes. But today I do find it kind of settles a little bit into wrinkles, and I don't know if it's gel based for hydration or if it's gel based for oil control. I'm dying. So today I'm gonna try it with this NYX Honey Dew Me Up primer slash glow slash serum. I don't even know what this is. It just looked good, and I like the ingredients, and I wanted to try it. So we're gonna try that as our primer today. Another cool product that I've been working with, and this is just solely my own. I am not paid to tell you about this, but this is the Skindinavia makeup finishing spray and a primer spray, and I bought them as a set because I wanted to get the bridal products to put in my kit for when I freelance. And it came as like a deal where you got like mini samples, so I got a mini primer and also like a travel size kind of fix spray. And I really like it, I have to say. It's not super, it says it's like super mattifying and long wear and all that. I didn't find it to be like that personally, but I just think it's a really solid setting spray. So yeah, not too much more I can say about that. And then another thing I picked up was the NYX Vivid Brights cream color, and I loved this color. This one is Rebellious Edge, it's called. So I don't know how I'm going to use it today, if I'm going to use it as a shadow base or what, but we're going to somehow incorporate that into our look. So without getting too much into anything else, I think we should just get rolling here. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to apply this NYX Honey Dew Me Up, and it comes with like a spatula type foundation. It's definitely very kind of thick. Can't explain it. Ooh, okay. Hello, it's like glue for your face. That must be the honey portion. Alright, so that was just one tiny bit, but I can already feel it's got like a jelly kind of feeling to it. It smells really good, and it's definitely got a bit of slip to it. Can't really decide how I feel about it yet. I guess we have to see kind of how it seeps into the skin. It's definitely hydrating, but not hydrating where it's thick and like pasty or anything like it's actually absorbing really quick into my skin. So I guess, you know, we'll see how that works as far as like pushing foundation into it and seeing if it grabs and it holds well. But I like the finish of my skin. Like, my skin feels really glowy right now. So let's see how it goes. But we're going to work with the Tarte foundation today. Now, I love the concept of this foundation. I like the feel of it, the wear of it. The only downside is just the messy container, I think. Like, I'm gonna dip just a paintbrush, flat brush, BH brush into it. And this is solely mine, so don't get grossed out, you guys. But if this was obviously something you were going to use on a client, I would recommend using a spatula. And I think if you buy one of the Tarte brushes, it actually has like the scoop on the bottom. But girlfriend be broke, okay? Got bills to pay. So I bought the foundation only, and let's be real, I bought it because it was on sale at Ulta for like half price. So I'm not super bougie, guys. There's certain products I will buy that are higher end, more prestige, and it's because like I just love them. I've got to have them. But honestly, I try to work on my dime, and if I could do it cheaper with the same results, if not better sometimes, then I will. So cosmetics airbrush foundation brush. This is the flat top buffing brush, and I really like this because I think it moves this foundation around the skin really well. And this way too, if you first put it on and it feels a little bit thick or sticky or heavy, like some gels can feel. Because like imagine putting jelly on your face, guys. That's kind of how some of these gel products start out. But they also do melt into the skin. And I find buffing it in helps a lot. So anyway, I'm liking this, as you guys probably saw because I didn't mention. I just took a little bit more of the foundation and I'm just bouncing it in. What I like about this foundation is it is pretty thick and whipped when it first goes on, but it does, like I say, blend in really nicely. And then when you want to build the color, you can build it really nicely without it feeling too cakey and heavy and thick. So far it's really good. And I do, anyway, moving forward, gonna use my Master Camo, the yellow corrector. I personally like the yellow the best for my under eye issues. I have kind of a neutral undertone, but I can pull kind of yellow sometimes too. And I just find that this really enhances the brightness under my eyes, and it really helps to minimize my darkness. I personally like the yellow, and I am just moving this around on a G40. This is a Morphe brush, and I like it because it's nice and small, but it's very feathered and light, and it moves this around without disturbing any of the foundation that's already on my skin. You can also use a beauty blender with this, but this dries and absorbs into the skin really well, and I find my concealer sits really nicely on top of it. So yeah, great product by Maybelline. Next, we're going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is a bit light for me. This is fair neutral. I really wanted light, but they were out of it when I ordered it, so I'm gonna make it work. I might be a little extra bright and raccoony today, but whatever. I do like this concealer though. It is really good. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on it. It's not like, believe it or not, I would actually grab for one of these, which are my ColourPop concealers, which are like $6 compared to, I think, like the 20 something I paid for Tarte. But I will say with the ColourPop, the longevity isn't quite there like it is with the Tarte. It's just, I guess if like the concealer was closer to like a $17 price point, I might feel a little different about it. I just hate paying so much for concealer, guys. I'm probably the cheapest person ever to like admit this, but I want the results, but without having to pay such a bougie price. And I think if I was to ever create a makeup line, I would want to be more on the affordable end. more of the everyday bank account, because unfortunately, you know, we can't all shop at Sephora and drop a couple G's, you know, on makeup. It's just not gonna happen. I'm looking a little pale from this concealer, but put a little face makeup on later. Little face makeup, little powder. So anyway, I love this time of year, you guys. I'm so excited. The fall is my favorite time of year. I'm just really big on blending, guys, because I feel like the most important step that you do if you spend any time on your face and you're into makeup, just spend the time to really blend and get that makeup pushed into that skin and really set. I'm going to use my Dermablend translucent powder now to set my concealer. And this is actually a L'Oreal beauty sponge. And even though they don't last quite as long as a beauty blender, I actually like them a little bit better because they get softer. I just love the way it feels. It's so light and bouncy on the skin, and I think that's awesome. My son is like playing tablet games behind me. You can probably hear it picking up right now. It's a team effort in this house, you guys. And I know it seems like, what's the point of using the dewy primer if you're just going to powder it all up? But honestly, for me, layering products is what keeps my face on throughout the day. And when I get asked how my makeup stays and it's not creasing, it's because I take the time and I layer it. If you take the extra time, it's definitely going to stay put. If you're in a rush and you don't want to be bothered, it's going to be different. You might want to go with a more like tinted moisturizer glow instead of using like multiple steps. But that's just my honest opinion. I feel like when you put the time in, it shows. So let's get into my Juvia's palettes. I'm going to work with Masquerade today and Zulu. And do I want to work with Nubian too? So the first palette I'm going to go into is the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place, and it looks like this. And we're going to start with this yellow golden color and apply that on a fluffy BH brush, and then we're going to go into this orange color and apply that on top of the yellow. So you're going to start with that yellow and get a good amount on your brush and then tap it out, because I find that some of the mattes in this palette aren't quite as pigmented. So you kind of have to work with them a little bit. But needless to say, it's still a really good palette. And I'm very content with my Juvia's Place. I put it that way. So now using that same fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into that orange color and tap that out. The orange in this palette is very pigmented, so I like to put it on with a fluffy brush, because if I put it on with a tapered brush, it comes out really intense. Like, it's even intense right now, but it's even darker. And I want to blend this color into the yellow, but still be able to see some of that like golden color. So right now it looks like a huge mess of color on our eyes, but have no fear, you guys. Now going in with a Morphe M330 brush, I'm going to take this really pretty kind of pinkish, reddish color, and we're going to apply that right into the crease. This is still fluffy but more tapered than the BH brush, so you can still work this pink up into the crease and the brow bone area, and it's just really pretty. And I'm circling it outside too in the V. Now using a Morphe M441, we are going to go into the Masquerade by Juvia's. And there is a really pretty grape purple right here. And it's a little bit softer than the purple that is in the Zulu palette because it's a more warm tone, whereas this is a much cooler tone purple. So I'm going to start with the warm purple and work it into the pink that we have since they're both in the warm family. But then we're going to start working this cooler tone on the outside V. So using the 441, dip it into that grape color, tap it out. And this is a much more tapered brush, and it really hugs inside your crease and the socket. So if you want, even you can tilt your head back just so you really can find where that socket is. And you're just going to push this color right into the socket line and really hug it around the eyelid. I come around the side even. If you want, you can even halo it with this. If you want, let's do a halo for a change, since I don't usually do halo eyes. So what we're going to do is, again, keep working with the socket, but then start moving some color right into the front portion of the lid, socket around, and then right on the outer corner of the lid, leaving that center bare. That's a halo. So again, if you're new to the game, if you're like, you know your stuff, you got it going on, don't even listen, just skip through this portion and just work with the colors if you want. I'm going in with an IT Cosmetics tapered brush. I'm going to use this on that darker purple, and again, we're back in the Zulu palette, and we're going to tap that out. And with this, I want to start on the outside V, and I just kind of want to go back and forth in that V. Then tilt your head back again and start blending this slowly into the socket. And then again into the front corner of the eyelid. And then once you reach this port of the show, go back in with your fluffy brush. I dusted mine off a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of take this back and forth along the top of my brow bone area just to smooth out any kind of lines, making sure that everything is nice and soft and blended. Look for a flat brush, and I'm going to use this old school ass Sephora flat brush. This is just a flat eyeshadow brush, and it's a travel size too to make it even more ghetto fabulous. So we're going to spritz that with some rose water spray, if you have Fix Plus, anything. And then in the center, I'm going to work with this color in the Zulu palette, which is like it's a pink with maybe some champagne and gold flecks. Yeah, let's mix this with the color 1x1 from ColourPop. This is like a really creamy, powdery shadow, but I think the mixture of the two is going to give it that kind of blinding highlight that we want. And yeah, so let's do that. I'm going to do this on first I'm going to put that darker pink on a brush and put the flat brush right in the center here. And you're just going to kind of tap it right into the center of the lid, starting at the baseline by your lashes and just kind of tapping it back and forth. You guys see that? And now using my finger and this ColourPop Creamy Super Shock Shadow in 1x1, I'm just going to pop that on there with my finger. And now you get this like, hello, gorgeous, blinding pop. So anyway, let's leave that alone for a minute. I'm going to go do my other eye, and then we'll work on the bottom by the lash line. And again with that G40 brush from Morphe, and just dust away the outside corner here where we had that line of powder. And most of your translucent powder should be blended into the skin and really absorbed into the skin. but this is just a good way to make sure you have no powder left underneath. So now using a Sigma brush, this is an E30 pencil brush, we want to go in and actually start lining underneath our eyes. So I'm going to go into that matte purple shade and just start kind of lining that underneath. Take that about 3/4 of the way in. Now we're going to go into that grape purple and take that starting from the outside corner, moving it all the way to the inside corner. Now going in with a smaller brush from BH Cosmetics, a detail brush, you can go into that kind of warm pink and that orange tone and just blend the two together, and we're going to kind of just focus that in the center of our bottom lash line. So working this cream color in from NYX, this vivid color, I wasn't sure how I wanted to go about it, if I wanted to use it as an eyeliner or what. I think I'm just going to line my waterline with it today and see how I like it. So to do that, I want to use, I guess we'll use a small angled elf brush and just kind of try to place this on our waterline and see how it does. I might try it as a primer, like a lid primer one day, or just do like a total cream look, I'm not sure. But I'm going to press this very gently into my waterline to keep with the purple theme. I am going to dust off any kind of bake that I might have left over on my face. So I stick to my powder and I like it. This is my MAC Studio powder and I love being full coverage. I love to set my face with translucent powder and then finish it with either a full coverage or just a tinted finishing powder. Going into my Morphe 9C, you guys know this is my powder contour routine. If it's not this, it's Makeup Revolution or IT Cosmetics, but for today, it's Morphe 9C, and it's a BH angled contour brush. And I just mix, guys. Not gonna lie, there's no real method to my madness here. I mix a bunch of colors. Okay, so Supershock Cheek. This is very similar to the shadows in that it has that kind of cream feel to it, but it's also a powder. This is the color High 5, and it's just gorgeous and glitzy and glammy. Can you see that? I love it. Anyway, we're going to put that on our cheeks, but to break up some of this powder first, I'm going to spritz my Mario Badescu. Let's break that up a little, and then right as it's drying, I'm going to go in with my Morphe. This is a B13 brush, and it's a really fluffy buffer, and I use it for a highlight. And just swirl that in. Okay guys, so my eyeliner's on, my brows are on, my mascara is on, and I'm almost on fleek, but now it's time to do a little bit of a lippy. So we are going to use the ColourPop lipstick and, or lippy pencil rather, let's be real. The lippy pencil in R&B, and I used a little bit of ColourPop concealer just to neutralize my lips so that this way this color will pop. And let's get to it. I think for a change, I want to try using this Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. It's growing on me. This is the color Lover, and I talked about it in another video and how I wasn't too sure about it. I still don't like the applicator as much, but it took me a little while to get used to kind of more of that sticky feeling, since normally with the ColourPop, especially the matte lipsticks, once they're dried so like paper tight. Like it just feels like they're never going to move. Some of the ColourPop though, the darker colors can be a little more gritty, so that's a turn off with that. But I think for a change we're going to try this, and it's also a little lighter than the color to just give it, I don't know, like a different color. Okay everyone, so this is the finished look and I am feeling it. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love it. It's fun, it's bright, it's earthy, it's fall, and I love it, guys. I'm really impressed with the products, and everything layered really beautifully. I feel like my skin looks fairly like poreless and just airbrushed. I really, really love it. I love the mixture of the Tarte Double Duty and the MAC foundation, and of course my good old trusty Dermablend, which is like all over the place. I just got a new one actually because it was 50% off at Ulta for the. Another favorite of mine is the Emporio Armani Because It's You. I got a very small bottle of it just to try it, but it has really pretty notes of vanilla and raspberry, and it's just a very sweet kind of fruity, floral, but almost musky at the same time. Like the last tier of notes is a bit more musky, but I just love it. I think it's really pretty and different, and apparently it complements the new men's fragrance as well. They're designed, I think, to be worn together with your significant other, but I really like it. Definitely liking this vivid color on the waterline right now. I don't feel itching, burning, discomfort. We're going to see how it wears, and then maybe I'll try a few new looks with that as well. And also guys, I finished my skin with Skindinavia, again, the makeup bridal spray. I really, really love this, and it definitely holds up in the 85-90 degree weather that we're having lately in the south, but hopefully today won't be as bad. So we'll check in, see how things go. But I hope you like this tutorial. And as always, comment down below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you'd like, and just tune in. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys again really soon.